Hello, guys. You're welcome again to Skillworks podcast, where we talk about everything tech related, productivity, and how you can advance your life in this digital world. Now, we're going to be talking about something really exciting. We have an exciting topic that has been on the lips of everyone. It has been on everyone's social media platform. A lot of people have been talking about it. So, today, we're going to be talking about it in this podcast. So, we will be talking about artificial intelligence. We're going to be talking about how it affects our work. We want to know the future of this artificial intelligence, if it's going to take away our work or improve it. So, like you all know, I'm not doing this alone. I have someone that will be doing this with me, and he has been a three-time guest in this podcast. I'll be doing this with Mr. Benjamin. Yes, you're welcome, sir. Welcome, Mr. Benjamin.
Thank you, Abby.
It's good to have you. You know, it's always exciting to have you in the studio every time. Why? Because your conversations are always enlightening and eye-opening for, I believe, my audience, because I've been getting responses from these persons, and I must say you're doing really well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So to just delve into the conversation, right? Quick one. A lot of people have been talking about artificial intelligence. We have been seeing it, we've been hearing about it, but I know there's still people that do not really understand what artificial intelligence is about, right? So, in a layman term, in a simple term, can you explain what artificial intelligence is?
So, artificial intelligence is a simulation of human intelligence in machines form.
Okay.
Right? Every normal human being should be able to take,
Yeah.
ideate, as well as make informed decision. Now, in a layman's term, what human beings can do, machines have been programmed. There are high-level programming languages that have been used to build models so that machines can do exactly what the human being can do. That's exactly what artificial intelligence is all about.
Amazing. Amazing. So that's why we get to see robots do some things that humans can do. Right? We see robots cutting and grass. We see those robots doing certain beer and even doing dishes.
Exactly.
Like really, it's really amazing what these people are doing. Right? Okay, yes. So we're getting into our topic now. So I want to ask you, what does the future of work mean to you in the context of AI?
Well, the future of work is a very interesting one, right? It's a very, very interesting one concerning, or rather, regarding the context and the dispensation that we're in now. So, I remember many years ago, in the second industrial revolution, that was before electricity, where people used to work 9 to 5, right? That was where this 9 to 5 working program that we use today, that was where it actually came from. Because in the Western Europe, at that time, the sun, you have the sunset around 8, 9, and then you now have the dawn around 5. So places there, like, let's walk from where the sun is up to where the sun goes down. That is where we call that 9 to 5, right? So you realize that they were extremely limited because there was nothing they could do in that amount of time that they have. But then with the introduction of electricity, it means that man can now work 24 hours, because at every time there's lights, there's power, there's electricity to ensure that you are able to give visibility as well as to do the things you ought to do. So that is what electricity did for them in the second industrial revolution. This is exactly what AI has come to do for us in our time, such that the things he could not do before, probably because we're not exposed to understanding the way it works, and the things that you can do can now become amplified. The things you key before, like graphic design, for instance, AI can help you to make graphic designs. And if eventually you understand the graphic design a little, you can amplify your skills, etc., with AI. So the AI in the context of work is that it is coming to accelerate productivity for everyone.
Amazing, amazing. So another question I've been having, right? I've also, wanting to ask this question. Now, there have been a lot of people have been expressing their fear of this AI, right? They are saying that okay, AI is coming to take our work from us, right? The things that we can do with our hands, the things that we can do as humans, AI already doing it. So there's this fear that there would be high level of unemployment because of AI. So do you think this fear is justified?
Yes, kind of right. That is justified in context. Now, people are going to become unemployed, granted, right? Just because every revolution take out some businesses and it opens new one. However, what the yardstick is that the new ones are much bigger and better than the old ones, right? I mean, for instance, before electricity, before mechanized farming, and before all the good things that came with the World Wide Web in 1991, when the internet became accessible to everyone, right? And you realize that with the introduction of all of these revolutions and technologies and tools, etc., our productivity has greatly increased. And also, people that do newspaper publication and all of these things and do all this manual labor, etc. Some of them actually went out of business, right? Because with S on Facebook and Instagram, anything Donald Trump say or anything politicians are say, I can actually be watching it live on YouTube. So much so that I don't have to buy the newspaper the next day. Yes, I will not be reading it, right? With the advent of super sports and all of these sport channels, ESPN, etc., you can now watch sport news and watch it on live, such that you do not really need to buy the newspaper publication and so many other things that are so many other businesses that were built around football, news, etc. So jobs are going to be lost, granted. However, there are going to be many more opportunities. Every industrial revolution comes with its possibilities that all the designing and wife persons that understand how the space work can cash it and then create a enable environment as well as another stream of income for themselves. Yes, jobs are going to be lost, but much greater than jobs being lost, there's going to be so much job creation because we are still in the fast of AI. Just like the iPhone iteration of iPhone 6. Imagine bring iPhone 6 and then bring the latest iPhone 6 still or something. It doesn't match. It doesn't match, right? So we are still in the ideation process, right? We are still, every week now, every week there's a new tool from AI, there's a new technology, there's a new platform, etc. So we are still in the ideating phase of artificial intelligence. It's going to get much bigger and you want to create much job for persons. Are those going to be lost? Yes. But will AI create job for us also? Massively, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. Really amazing. So this is really like enlightening and eye-opening. I want to ask you, because you've been saying that a lot of businesses, a lot of industries and businesses like will not thrive because of the AI revolution. So I want to hear from you, what businesses or what industry do you think would not thrive because of AI?
Okay, now that's a very tricky question because AI can be applied to all industries, just like electricity is essential to every industry. Also, remember that aeroplane did not introduce transportation, but it changed the pace, the scale, and consequently human interaction with transportation forever. Right? That's exactly what AI has come to do. It has not necessarily come to eliminate industries and businesses to affect it negatively, etc. It has come on to accelerate it, to improve it, as well as to give us options such that this is the way you have normally begin this thing, right? But then there's a better way, there's a better option. So that the only people that will be out of in businesses, industries that are out of businesses are industries that refuse to implement and go with trends. But this is a trend, right? It's a trend, it's a move. If you are so lackadaisical, as much as not paying attention to what is happening around you, you're going to go out of business quickly. Because maybe we'll get into that, right? Because I'm going to be telling you the things you could do with AI. It's massive. Massive.
Okay. You're saying that these industries that will not try is because they didn't utilize AI, right?
Exactly.
So you're saying that AI does not take away these business or industries, but they accelerate their productivity.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just like computer, for instance, typewriter. Typewriter is a very tragic story, and I don't want to dampen into that, right? Because I understand the entire story about typewriter. I read it in typewriter. That guy was a big guy at that time before, there was this Dell kind of system that actually was the first iteration of computer.
Yes, sir.
That you could type on the screen, you could press some keyboard and then it was will appear on the screen. When the owner of editing was informed about this new technology, it was like, go to hell, go to hell. There's nothing good that can come out of this. This is what the world has been used to. He didn't pay attention to what was prevalent at that time. He didn't pay attention to the move and to the wave that was sweeping across the territory at that time. And because of that, those guys, they become obsolete. I've never seen a typewriter all my life, right? I don't think I have, right? In all my up through my secondary school, my primary school, my university, etc., etc. I don't think I've seen a typewriter machine, but I had always on a constant basis see a computer, a laptop, because this is what is coming. It's like a regime change, a regime change. That is what anybody that did not pay attention to what is happening, anybody that is to adapt, anybody that wants to hold back on what they are used to, those are the people that are going to go out of business and they're going to do it really, really fast.
Oh, that's really nice, sir. Okay, I want to also ask, so back to work, right? Work and productivity, because that's what the topic is about, the future of work and AI. So I want to ask, how can workers, right, adapt to staying relevant in these AI driven job markets?
Okay. Okay, fine. Now, it's not necessarily AI driven job market, however, right? So, let me put it in context. Now, AI is a move now, it's a wave, and it's prevalent in our dispensation, but that's not the only way. We have seen waves of cryptocurrency, we have seen how it is disrupting the financial market, etc., etc. Now, to be relevant in this digital world, right? To be relevant in this digital economy, you have to pay attention to AI as well, right? Because currently, AI can help you do a lot, but not necessarily everything. Because there are some things you could do for it by yourself that you not necessarily need AI. However, AI can help you to amplify it, to make it to accelerate it, and to make you to get it done at a much faster pace, right? So to be relevant, right, as far as being productive, being efficient, and etc., knowing how to use all these chat boxes and platform, we need to understand that AI is here to help you. You want to be relevant? Go and learn what is happening in your AI space. Go and learn about DeepSeek, learn about ChatGPT. Learn about ChatGPT, for instance. ChatGPT can help you in a way that most people have not explored. Most people have not explored ChatGPT. Right. ChatGPT can create a graphic design for you now. Give it prompt, give it instruction on what to do. It can create a graphic design for you. It can create a video for you.
Wow.
Yes, they have the Sora version of ChatGPT that can create a video for you, as well as writing an ebook for you entirely, as well as even changing it or making it to be in PDF format, right? So there's so much that AI has given us access to that to be relevant, you just have to pay attention to understand what is happening. Let's not talk about monetization first, because it's possible to actually monetize this business. Talk about you understanding these things and helping you to become more efficient or productive in your place of work. Right? I have a personal assistant and it's called ChatGPT. And it doesn't get the thing for me, right? As so long as I understand prompt engineering, understand the right prompt to use, it can help me to do almost everything. So paying attention to AI space as well as understanding prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is the only way you can use the AI, because that is how you can actually tell the computer model that this is exactly what I want. And you let me do the that is what is called prompt engineering. And that is the most important skill to learn at this time.
Really? Oh, I like, I mean, I'm listening to you now. I'm like, wow. So these are the possibilities of AI,
There
right?
and there's more.
When there is more, it's really amazing. So you're saying for a worker in employee to be effective, to be productive, he or she needs to learn how to collaborate with AI to get things done.
Is that?
Wow. Wow. That's really amazing. So I also want to ask, we've been hearing of AI, jobs and no jobs, AI taking jobs away from us and all the rest. So in your own opinion, what job or what aspect or industry do you think AI can never replace? Do you think there's any industry or any type of work that AI can never replace?
Uh, okay. Now, because AI is still in its iteration phase. When it is in its iteration phase, just like the airplane when it was introduced, it caused a lot of disruption. But it didn't change transportation location here. As has existed before AI, before airplane was introduced, and also work will still exist. And I believe, right, that this is not the only. This is what is peculiar in our generation. You see, let me tell you a story, right? Let me tell you a story. When I was much younger, when as I advanced in age, I realized that there was this certain time, especially in the 1970s. Let me use Nigeria as a context for instance. We had this thing called oil boom, right? That was when Nigeria discovered oil just after the independence, about a decade after the independence, Nigeria discovered oil, and because of that, the head of state, because it was a military regime that gave individuals licenses to exploit oil, right? He gave them licenses that if you discover oil in your wherever it is, you can go. The government can give you a license such that that oil can become yours. You just have to partner with some oil companies like Shell, Royal Dutch, or whatever oil company that was prevalent at that time. That to say like a business partnership deal, then they can develop it for you. Now that was a massive dispensation, right? The people that took advantage of that oil well today, there are generational millionaires. Like those generations are well-known millionaires. They have massive oil wells because of that trend that was prevalent at that time. I wasn't at that time. I wasn't there. I have not been born, right? I would have been born. However, in my time now, there is another trend, another move, just like cryptocurrency, just like people despise Bitcoin. And today, one Bitcoin is over 100 million naira. Right? So this is what I believe that AI will do to this place. It's not take all jobs, right? So I will not start mentioning areas or industries that will be immune to AI and its wave. I will not mention it, right? Because it still is um ideation phase, and most of the reasons we have found did not change the basic and the systems of our living, right? Which is work, sleeping, eating, reproduction, etc., etc. There's no technology that will change that. The entire industries will remain, work will remain, but what AI will do is that it's going to make it a bit more efficient, make you more productive, and open up new avenues, new streams of income they can take advantage of if you are interested.
Okay. Okay, yes. So another thing, yes, I'm someone that uses ChatGPT and I know how much ChatGPT has really helped me. But sometimes I just feel like, oh God, I don't want to stress myself. Let me just go to ChatGPT and just put the prompt and gives me what I want. So don't you think AI makes a lot of humans really, really lazy? Like to do things. Because before now, you know that you don't have anywhere to get answers to some questions or anything. You have to use your head, rack your brain, and then figure out something and then you do it. Like so then later writing and copyright, all of those things. But now we have AI doing all of those things for us. And a lot of people now tend to relax because I don't have to stress. I don't have to read. AI can do all of these things for me. So basically, the introduction of AI now is making a lot of humans lazy.
Yeah, no, that's really, like it's really. But everything that has a good side, obviously, will have its own bad side. Then Jesus was criticized, whereas Jesus is a very good person, but he was criticized as being something. And that's so now, I believe that anybody that is lazy, will be lazy regardless of whatever technology, right? Right. But then I think, yeah, that's a very good question, right? I think we need to actually bring a balance to how you use. See, They need to bring a balance because I read about children now, 17-year-old, they have access to Android phone. They're using it for exams and all those tests and projects. Yeah, etc. etc. They don't read again. They don't apply themselves to reading and understanding what the book says. All they need to do, in fact, let me give a few example. The one I know very much of, a certain professor. You know, he has some PhD students, right? He said that when they were done with their thesis and they submitted it, they said that this thesis they submitted is the best ever that he has ever witnessed all his professorate career. And he later discovered that all of those theses were wrote, were written rather, in KI. Right, and so as so many people being lazy and not, I think we need to bring a balance to how people how we consume AI. And I believe that the only people that should use AI, like me, for instance, my children, I'm not going to introduce them or anybody that have access to that is in this young age that they should the time they should use in developing their minds and all that, right? Because there is a first a age group that you don't introduce children to technology, AI, and all that because they would rather go to the easy route. Yeah. So this is we are humans, right? We love things that are very easy to get. We love things that are easily accessible. And we love things that will not give us stress. So if a father or a mother, your aunt, and you have children around you that have access to gadget devices, I would rather suggest that parents or guardians should not give access to children that are underage to use some of these tools because it will not allow them, give them room to think and be creative. I can use AI to do copywriting. I can use AI to write a script. I can use AI to write a video script. You use AI to write a book because I've done all of these things manually before, right? I've written copies before. I've written a book before. I've written a video script before. I've done so many things before, such that if I'm using AI to do it now, I'm saving myself time of doing it all over again because AI can spot differences and correct errors that it would take me so much time to edit and correct. So this is the balance with AI now. This is balance with technology, etc. etc. There is you need to be able to identify or differentiate in terms of age group and in terms of the consequences that you have on in their life later on.
I love the fact that she said they need to be like a balance, like it is space. Because trust me myself, I know but that sometimes I know that I really need to use my brain in all of these things. But because I have ChatGPT, I stress myself. Like it's like that. And I think the balance is really essential. Okay, so we know that AI is really broad, that it is vast, is not a narrow thing or a narrow aspect of the digital space, right? We know it's very vast. So I want to know what are the career paths that is accessible for persons that want to go into or utilize AI? What are these career paths that these people can go into?
Okay.
Let's say AI, yeah.
Okay. AI is a massive wave. Such it has created, loopholes and career pathways for persons who are interested in understanding this space as well as leveraging it. Now, what career paths change? What career path has AI created for persons that are interested in leveraging the AI space? The first is prompt engineering. Now you must understand that the entire operating system of AI is called prompt. Because in AI, all you have to do is understand how to put in the right word, the right phrases, and the right text so that the machines can produce exactly what you ask it to do. It's like garbage in, garbage out. If you don't know what to say, as massive and as powerful as AI is, if you lack the understanding of prompt engineering, it will really become insignificant in your hands because you'll not be able to read that massive tool called AI. It can do so much, but to you, it will not profit you because you don't understand the technology that drives it. You don't understand the driver of AI. So prompt engineering is one space that many people, yeah, there are courses like that. And as a matter of fact, we have a course here, we call it generative AI. It's similar to prompt engineering, understanding how to give AI instruction, understanding the right text to put, the right prompt to use, so that you can get much needed results. All right. So prompting is the very first one, and it's crucial. And the entire body system of AI runs on prompts. Now the second one is machine learning. There's machine learning and there's machine language. Right. So some of these my big guys at Silicon Valley, Elon Musk, right? My very good friend, and then Mark Zuckerberg, also my very good friend. These guys are they are producing robots, AI robots, right? So there's such a study that you can actually learn to understand how this things works, as well as how we can produce a programming language that can control a robot, a meta that was infused with all kinds of modules that then can think, can talk. I just see the recent Elon robot, right? This machine, this robot can start to drink. What I do, yeah, it can cut grass.
Yes, yes, yes. I think I've seen it. Yeah.
If you cut grass, it can serve you food, you can serve you drink, you can recognize money. If you give it money, like if you give it money, it can look at it and say, this is an $100 bill, or this is 50 and $30 bill, right? So there are studies like that, and there are career pathways like that. And then you can do research, and you can find that there's so much you could do. So much. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. No, you heard from us. You heard what Mr. Benjamin has said. So AI is really vast. AI is not limited to a particular aspect. It's really vast, and AI has come to stay. So all you need to do as a worker is learn how to collaborate with AI in order to be more productive and effective in carrying out your responsibilities. And those persons that are looking for pathways in AI, you've heard from him. There is prompt engineering and so many other things. You also need to go do your research and ensure that you are up to date about artificial intelligence. Like I said, it has come to stay and it will keep evolving and evolving and evolving. So if you just sit back and don't do anything about it, you'll be left behind. Like you know that we're in a digital world and AI is part of these things. So you have to be open, you have to go out of your way to learn this thing so that you will be relevant in this digital economy. Okay, so in your ideal future, how do humans and AI collaborate in the workplace?
Okay. Now that's a great question. Now, already there was a movie, right, done as far back as 2 decades ago, 2004, by Will Smith. It's called I Robot. You can check them out. So these guys were ahead of many persons, and as far as acting movies about robots that some of us only came to know
Of risk.
after the coronavirus of recent, right? So now, already, if you go to tier one country, I always make reference of tier one countries. These guys are really ahead of us, right? These are places where my friend Elon and some of these other guys are doing incredible things in that space. So in the US, for instance, you can get a robot that can stand at a human living in the same house with you. Yeah. Ability to walk, ability to do eat, even matters, right? As well as the robots now that play football, even the tennis, lawn tennis. You see those robots that play lawn tennis, very, very accurate. In fact, these robots are even more accurate than humans, right? So as I've said, there's a lot of integration that is currently happening in the AI space, as well as what is going to be coming, right? This is just in this decade alone. This is just 2025. We have 5 more years before this decade is over. There's going to be a lot of integration, right? So just like I said, there are AI now robots that can help you cook, help you in the kitchen, help you lift heavy metals, as well as keep it company, right? And there are AI also that when you're sleeping, these AIs will be circling around your house, ensuring that you are safe, ensuring that you know there are no thieves that are coming to your compound. Right? They have these CCTV cameras in their eyes, so Wherever they look is being recorded. They turn to this way is recorded. They turn to this other way. So there's a lot of integration already. This is not to talk about the generative aspect of it, because generative aspect of it is what we use every day. I literally use ChatGPT every day. Don't you do that? I do. I literally use ChatGPT every day for work, for personal, and for anything I have, anything at all, because it's very smart, one of the smartest programming language, and it can access situations as well as help you get things done. Anything at all. That is why most people say, my boss has said that ChatGPT is the god of AI. He's really like God because he can literally do anything for you. Okay. So as I'm saying currently, there's a lot of integration and they're going to do so much more, because this journey just begun, and I'm so happy to have been alive at the time like this.
All right, Sister Benjamin, thank you so much. As you heard, AI is broad, AI is vast, right? You can use AI to do anything. Like the possibilities in AI is endless. So, if you want to be relevant in this digital economy, in this digital age, you need to learn how to utilize AI. Learn prompt engineering and every other aspect of AI as much as you can. There's no limits to these things. You have your internet, you have your laptop, you have your device that you can use to get information about AI. So you have all these things at your beck and call. Please utilize these things so that you can be relevant in your workplace. Anything you want to do, even people that are into music right now, AI can write songs for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, people that graphic designs and all of those things. Even people that do music videos, everyone can do a music video for you. So you need to learn, even if you have a skill that you're doing right now, not to upskill. I mean, you need to learn how to use AI to help your productivity. So it's really essential for everybody, right? So yes. So before we go, is there anything you want to say to our audience?
Yes, yes. I mean, yeah, you visually right. So people that are into music, AI can help you write a song, and AI currently can actually help you to create a beat, right? You have a song and probably you know how to sing it, but you don't have access to instrumentalists, you don't have access to a band, you don't have access to a studio. AI can create that studio background for you, create this an instrumental for you that is copyright free, 100% copyright free, right? And for some of you that are into podcasts, into music, video, into content creation, etc., etc., and like I don't have a mic and as such, it has been one limiting factor for me. And because I don't have a mic, I can't fully do content creation. There's an AI platform that all you have to do is to record the audio, even if it's in a very noisy environment, even get the generator around the and making a comment. When you are done, put this on the AI side. The AI will be able to isolate your voice from the generator sound. And when you are done, it's going to be so distinct as Barry did it in the studio, as the power AI has come to be. So before I finally leave this screen, let me talk about one of the projects that my mentor is currently undertaking. Strive Masiwa. Some of you know him and some persons don't know him, but this guy is an incredible guy. It's an incredible man. He's a Zimbabwean billionaire, right? So he is undertaking a certain project called uh, AI Factory. He's doing this in South Africa, right? He's doing this in South Africa. And the reason, according to his words, the reason why he's doing this is because Africans are belong to the consumers. If you check it for instance, all the technologies that you enjoy today, like you have access to today, all of these technologies, majority of them came from the tier one countries.
Yeah.
All about Facebook, all about YouTube, Instagram, Zui, discovery of electricity, introduction of telephoning, discovery of the World Wide Web. All of this in the stock exchange market, all of them came from the tier one countries. And having been very vast, having done businesses, started businesses, raised billions of dollars in funding, he said himself, right, that how is it that Africans in all our dispensations we have been known to be consumers and not We have not really so much contributed to the advancement of any industrial revolution. So what he did is that he said he partnered with Dangote and Ibrahim, and they are doing an AI factory. They are starting a project called AI Factory. That AI factory is South Africa, Joburg. What it is do for Africans is that it's going to enable Africans to become active participator in the AI space, such that the chips, which the AI chips that Nvidia Nvidia rather had monopoly of, some few other technology card company had monopoly of, is going to be producing it in South Africa, such that you can get those chips and then use it to start a new AI project. He said they want Africa to be included. That this time around, will no longer be consumers, but become active participators, people that have something to contribute, because Africans can contribute. We can contribute. There's a lot we can do. It's a massive continent filled with all kinds of resources
And talents.
and talents, but we are being clearly marginalized by the West and by some other things because of our color and some of these other things. But in our time, and thank God for one of the pacesetters, the pioneers of this journey, Sir Masiwa. He has taken it upon himself to build the first and the biggest AI factory in South Africa using his cassava technology company. Right. So I'm so delighted feature for this conversation, and this is what I type, but this says
Yes, yes, amazing. So I don't know. I think all of us in Africa needs to like gather and go to Trimasiwa and really thank him, because I believe this would really help Africa at large. I think this is a really good development for us. So thank you, Mr. Benjamin. Thank you so much. We're hoping to do this some other time with you. So we've come to the end of today's episode of the Skillworks podcast, and we want to say a big thank you for staying with us till this time. We want to say we love you, and we also want to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and do well to follow us and tell others about us too. Thank you so much. We love you. Have a beautiful day ahead of you. Bye.